Hello, I'm Scott at the Southern Family Homestead, and today we're going to introduce you to Papa. Well, that was my old Massey Ferguson tractor that, we kind of adopted. It needed a family, and we took it. So that it doesn't look real good, but it sure gets a lot done around here. And it's with us working a lot at our normal jobs. It's good to have a tractor around. I know everybody doesn't have one, or some people may be looking forward to getting one, but we have that tractor, and then we also purchased another little John Deere tractor. So we had a great day today. We actually kind of forgot to film after a while. We did some work, and around here we cleaned up, trying to get a lot of the stuff that we had from construction and getting that all cleaned up. And we're still trying to make a yard out of what used to be mud, so we've been cleaning up sticks around there, and also we're kind of getting into the garden too.
So we spent a lot of time today in the garden. Sarah, our daughter-in-law, is in the video. You'll see she and I planted some cantaloupes today, and her and my son, our son Kyle, wanted a row in the garden to themselves, so they decided to have peas and carrots. So we're trying carrots. We don't know how that's going to work. Growing up, we never had carrots in the South. I don't know if that's going to work or not. So we'll just see. Some of this is experimental, and we're just seeing if it's going to work.
So what all have we got in the garden now?
Okay, so everything in the garden we've still got our lettuces, our broccoli, and it's coming up, by the way. We've actually got some squash out there. Scott's dad's actually doing some things in the garden too. So he's got his peas planted. He's got his purple hull peas. Today he came and planted those. And he planted some cucumbers the other day, so he's got his rows out there too, and then we've got our rows. We've got watermelons out there. We've planted the potatoes last week, and we'll see how those do. And then our peas and our carrots and our cantaloupes. And I think that's all. Oh, we got tomatoes. We have tomatoes that we planted today. Right at first, we planted those tomatoes.
And we've already got one little bitty tomato.
On one, we have the small tomatoes that you put in salads. So the rest of them are going to be big tomatoes. And Scott actually doesn't like tomatoes. Sarah, our daughter-in-law, doesn't like tomatoes, but the rest of us do. So we'll just see.
Yeah,
how
I don't
that
like
goes.
tomatoes, but I love growing them. I think
Yeah.
they're fun to grow and just fun to watch them grow. So we're very excited about the garden. You know, I grew up in the city, but my grandparents had a garden, and in the summer we would have to go work in that, and you know, it just, I remember the fresh food. The food just tasted so fresh then, and we're looking forward to having that back again. And I know you grew up around a garden and grew up right here on this farm.
Yeah, I did. And there was not a time that I remember that we did not have something out of the garden to eat. Every meal was something out of the garden, even if it was in wintertime, especially when I was smaller. You know, we always had something out of the garden. And my grandpa, he had everything you could imagine that was in that garden. There was strawberries and even peanuts and corn and butter beans and green beans. Anything you could think to be in a garden, he had it in the garden. And we would eat that, and it was so fresh and so good, you know, in the summertime. And then in the winter, you know, he would put it in the freezer, and he would have the freezer just stacked full of things from the garden, and we'd eat that all winter long. You know, we'd go to the grocery store and buy our meat, but I don't remember not eating out of the garden and having some fresh vegetables.
And that's real valuable at a time like this, because you know, you'd even be able to go to the pond and catch a fish if you needed to.
Right. So
it would be, you know, you cook it that night, and it was so fresh. You can't beat that taste. You can't get that in a grocery store. And you know, one of the things that we're concerned about is the preservatives in the food. And luckily, when you grow your own food, you know what's in it, and you just really appreciate it a lot more.
That's right. So today I went to the grocery store, and you know, I did find some green vegetables, but most of them were in the freezer section. Most of the canned stuff was kind of gone. Found meat actually today. I'm still searching for toilet paper, by the way. So I have to go see if I can find some of that. But as far as the vegetables go, I was able to find most everything I needed. I did have to go to 2 places to find what I needed. So we're doing okay here. You know, with all of that right now, it's just something we've never seen before, and it's something we're having to deal with, and we hope we can get this garden going. But speaking of that,
you may hear something in the background. My shop has been invaded. You know, we washed off and came in the shop to film the rest of this, and in the background you probably hear some chickens.
so I went and got chickens, and we came home with those, and we have 10 of them. So we'll see how that goes. So in our next project, you're probably going to see us building a chicken pen. So in the coming weeks, we'll be working on that. They'll have to live in the shop for 6 weeks. We're looking forward to those fresh eggs also. The price of eggs has actually went up right now. We hope, and you know, we won't have to go without eggs, you know, till 6 months, but we are looking forward to having those fresh eggs also, you know, where we know what we feed our chickens, and you know what's in those eggs that we're eating. So we're looking forward to that too.
So the next thing probably is going to be planning out a chicken pen. I know I've seen some really nice ones online. I'm not sure that we're going to get that nice at first. We may reuse some stuff that we have on hand, but we'll take a look at that pretty soon, and we'll show you as we're building it.
That's right. It's not going to be anything fancy. Just, you know, we're living off the land right now, and we're making do with what we've got. And I think a lot of people are having to do that right now. So we're just going to make do and build us something for the chickens.
And again, thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time.